Oh, good. We're live. Very lucky. Very, very lucky. Very lucky. How are we doing out there today, Stream World? Hope we're all having fun.
Do you like my new R2D2 mug? Beep beep boop boop.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep.
I got this from Star Wars Identities. It's amazing.
How good was that exhibition?
It goes through all the old movies and all the new ones, which is fantastic because I don't want to see any of the new
Ah.
movies. But no, it's how good is it, eh? So I saw you guys went there as well. And at the end, I had to get an R2 mug.
Oh no, of course, of course. We nearly got a book.
And you make your own hero as well.
Yeah, no, the hero part was awesome. Anyway,
That added to the experience. Okay.
Anyway, hello there, friends, foes, and familiars. I am Dragons and Cats. I am your host. We are down a Ikram and a Casimir tonight, but we'll be working together to get us through tonight. With me, I have our fantastic Tabaxi Rogue, Sandstorm, played by Joygasm. Tell us about yourself, and one little thing from last session.
I can tell you a big thing from last session. I am Joygasm, and I play a Tabaxi Rogue called Sandstorm Desert Legend. He has a theme song, and you know what that is. I heard it this morning actually. My music was on shuffle and it played. I posted in the Discord, and it was good kickstart to my day. And last session, I remember one big thing that Belvin saved the day, as always. He stepped in when no one else can. I wanted to really badly, I really wanted Sandstorm to do it, but Sandstorm took the smart approach and knew he couldn't verse the mountain, so he got involved.
I mean, that would have been a great Viper v Mountain scene.
Yeah.
And who knows, he probably could have won, but at the same time, weigh your options.
I was thinking, if I thought I might have got assistance, more balanced, but I didn't want to take the chance. Because I felt like if anyone else went in, there would have been more balance towards who he's versing. I don't know. Who knows? But it doesn't matter now because he's now dead, and Belvin killed him, and Belvin's alive. So it's all that matters.
Cool. With us also is Belvin, played by our wonderful BM Curfew.
Hello, everybody. Brad playing Belvin, Dragonborn Paladin. And apart from the mad 1v1 fight, we got attacked by trolls and then some ice wyverns.
Oh yeah.
In the end, we got showed into this long cavernous tunnel, and that's kind of where we've ended up.
Yes. So, after besting the champion of the Snow Tabaxi tribe in the Sea of Moving Ice, this Arctic region way, way to the north of the land of Faerun, along the Sword Coast. Let's put on some better music other than the elevator music. Because, why not? There it is.
But elevator music's fun. Oh, spooky music.
Eerie.
Anyway, as you bested the champion Orcaheart of the Tabaxi people, y'all were invited into the hut of the village's shaman. The shaman's, her name was Bone Carver. She is a old tabaxi of dark fur, with with some heavy slashing injuries, and wears the royal garb of Ozem. Ozem is one of the cities of the Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. I should probably get my notes up. It's just pretty loud. Okay, sorry about that.
I'm
folks.
going to pretend I can't see all those stuff further on the map. Okay?
Good.
You too, Brad. I'm
Yeah,
zoomed
no.
in, okay? I'm zoomed in. I'm funneled. I'm not looking anywhere else.
I don't even know where. I don't even know where you're talking about, to be honest.
everywhere. I see
All torchlights.
all torchlights are revealing things.
Okay, fair enough.
I didn't look too deep. I looked away like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I
haven't
saw like
either.
something. I didn't see anything. I didn't know what they were though. Just know there's things.
Oh, there's some things and some stuff.
But I'll just like
Yeah,
I'll watch.
you'll
watch
figure
your
it out.
camera
You'll
angle.
figure it out. You'll figure it out. Anyway, so after besting the champion of this tribe of ice tabaxi in the Arctic, this dark-furred tabaxi shaman invited you into her hut, fed you, and then told you that ever since she was teleported here, her and these people have been under the tyranny of a white dragon Rathator. These people have been stuck here. She's been holding on to the hope of the Bare wooden carved bone totem she has around a necklace in prayer that heroes would come and save them. She then revealed that there was a tunnel, a drop that descended down into the iceberg. And so down you went. Until as your climb got about halfway down, the ever so cautious druid, Ikram, slipped. And then crashed into Casimir.
Yeah.
And then crashed into Belvin. And then crashed into Sandstorm. With a lot of you falling straight down onto your asses as you all took... I didn't roll damage. I can't remember if we... Yeah, I can't remember if we rolled damage.
We rolled. No, we rolled
No.
all. We
No.
rolled to fail. That's all.
No damage.
Okay, so... Wait, yeah, because Featherfall, that's right.
Ah, yes, that's right. He did cast Featherfall
Yeah.
right at the end.
Cast Featherfall. Featherfall right at the end. So as you loftily drop down to the bottom of the cavern, slow little descent to then poop onto the ground. You find yourselves in a small little cabin with an ice chute that leads down into a dark, foggy intersection. You can see that the floors and walls around the chamber are worn glass smooth, soft, and delicate. Whereas the ceilings above you are carved with strange draconic imagery. Filigrees, a few buttresses and leering dragons. However, in this chamber that you found yourself in, you see that the chamber is empty, except for a few dozen baskets of these woven baskets from leather strips and walrus ribs, stacked in the one corner of the chamber. You can see that there are frozen fish sticking out of them, and a few skin-wrapped bundles of rotting shark meat.
Is it fresh fish?
It's frozen. It's got a good layer of frost over it.
I feel like we haven't eaten for a while, so I'm gonna go walk over. While this is happening, add some fish.
I'm pretty sure we ate this morning.
Did we?
Yeah,
Probably.
you ate this morning, and it's like noon right now.
Yeah, so it's perfect time then. Nom 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 nom.
Nom nom nom. So you can pick it up. You can have a bite. You head over there. Who's that? Stop that.
Just be cautious, Sandstorm.
Just
Don't-
die from poison
We don't know what's in here.
in the
The
fish.
bone carver didn't tell us what is actually down here. Did she? Never like described.
Never described anything other than mentioning someone was down here, a horned one.
Yeah. Okay.
Who could that be?
As Casimir's looking around, he then looks at you and goes, "Huh." He goes, looks at you, then goes, "That's strange. My telepathy's gone."
Oh shit.
You then see the ice suddenly erupt from underneath him as a frozen claw wraps up and around him, sealing him, entombing him in this mound of ice, like water flowing upwards and surrounding him. It seals him in there for a moment. He tries to activate the cube, but it's of no use. You see Ikram just barely rush over towards Casimir at that time, sticking his hand into the ice, becomes stuck as well. The ice then swirls around the two. They look at you, Belvin. Ikram looks over at Sandstorm as they're both swirled and ripped down into the icy floor to then reveal a mirror surface.
Oh no.
You can see the very, very soft shade of their silhouettes getting smaller and smaller and smaller the deeper they go down.
I'm gonna quickly run over, see if I can get there in time.
And I'm gonna unsheath my sword and I'm gonna try to like break the ice.
Oh,
Alright, make attack rolls.
Cause
okay. Ah, shit. It's gonna be like the Expedition of the Brothers now.
You hack into the stone, you slash into it. You only get about a quarter-inch down.
What I'm gonna use.
Fuck.
I think I got Dragon Tooth. Yeah.
You stab a dagger into the ice.
It doesn't do much, does it? It doesn't feel like it would do much.
fuck, we have to see if we can go down.
I'm gonna try to
Get the back.
whisper. I'm gonna try to use the ring of whisper to communicate with Casimir. He's like, Casimir, are you there still? Where are you?
As you speak into the ring, you feel a tang in your, like a sharp spike in your mind as you take 4 points of psychic damage.
Aw. And I sort of relay that back to Belvin so he doesn't do the same mistake. I go, Belvin, don't do it. Don't try not to communicate with him. There's some kind of force in the air.
He did say his telepathy got cut.
Shit. It's doing damage to me. I feel 4
Something's-
points less of health.
Something's forcefully blocking us.
Shit.
We have to move.
It's powerful magic.
Who knows where they went? Let's
We're gonna
proceed
have
with
to-
caution.
We're gonna have to do this the old way. Hey, brother. And I just pull out my daggers and we're just like, yeah. No magic today.
I got your back, and I know you got mine.
Let's do this.
Let's go.
Okay.
We all walk by him side and we do the strut.
Okay,
Just
so before,
we're gonna cautiously make our way.
as you cautiously make your way through, you see on the map as the color of the ground begins to change. There's a good reason for that. As the exit to this chamber, it descends down, and the floor you can see is slick like a slide.
Ooh.
Getting down here, even though you are where you do have caltrops, still looks like it's going to be a challenge.
What are the walls like? Is the walls something that I could put my gauntlet in? Like, could I attach to it?
The walls definitely so, along with the roof as well. Yeah, they're more jagged along the walls and around the ceiling.
For like the dodgy parts, I'm going to use my is it a gauntlet? What do we call it? What's the technical word for it? chain glove. The chain glove. I'm gonna use the chain glove to attach onto the walls and sort of walk along with it, like when it's like stiff. I don't mean the word stiff, you know. And as I go further, I pull out to maximum. Once it gets max, I pull it out and do it again, just so like I can use the arc of the chain glove to make sure I don't fall over. And I'll go next to Belvin in case something happens as well. I'm there to lend a hand.
Okay, so you're going to go first, but is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd like you to make your gauntlet check.
Using a dex with efficiency. Okay. Dex with, if I do dex saving throw, it'll be the same thing, right?
Yes, so let me know what you get, because I'm currently off screen.
Yeah. 15.
Alright, 15. The chain goes up into the air, gets in, and then you arc across Spider-Man's, descending down. You probably think you're going to have to drop off a little bit earlier due to the fact of the descending angle.
How big of an angle is it?
10. Just to let you know, it's 10 feet down. So it's going down 10 feet. So as you go to land, make me a dexterity saving throw.
So there's no way I could have left it in?
You could have left it in, but then where are you going to go from there? Is you got to drag it back, and then you fall.
Need 2 gloves. That'll be a proper Spider-Man. Shit, I can do this. Yes.
What'd you get?
25, sorry.
25. As you land, you dig your claws in as you begin to slip and slide and use your tail for balance. As you
And I can use my daggers to go, use them as like, so I'm on all fours. So I've got the things on my feet, and then on my hands, I can use a dagger.
Yeah, you plant your daggers into the ground and save yourself from sliding. And you see that to your right, the chambers, the caverns seem to ascend. To your left, the chamber begins to descend.
Alright, Belvin's just gonna slide down.
I think we should just go downwards. It's gonna be hard to go up.
Yeah, no. He's just gonna.
No, I'm sorry. To your right, it doesn't ascend. It goes from a. Pretty average. Well, it drops quite severely. I'm just going to say.
To the right.
To the right, it drops severely.
Can we see how far? Like.
So as you're coming into this chamber, to your character's right, so that way.
Oh, my character's right. Okay,
yeah. Sorry, guys.
So
yeah, I knew what you meant.
Yeah. So to your character's right.
To right, it's always from the character's direction where the camera. Okay.
Yeah.
So, from that point of view, to your right, it is through the rolling fog of the chamber that kind of billows and makes claws or tails, just very strange imagery within the fog itself. It rolls, and you can't see any more than probably about 40 feet out before your dark vision is the dark vision and the light of this chamber.
Really?
As 2 lamps are stuck up into the walls. You see this chamber? To the right, it drops rapidly, about 10 feet rapidly. But to your left, it's a fairly smooth, leveled out, if not at a small angle, going down.
Okay. Are these lamps? Can you detach these lamps?
Yeah, they can be detached. They're on metal hooks in the walls. The other one's on a whalebone hook. But they are just basic oil lanterns.
Fuck, I can throw it pretty far. Can I get the oil lantern and throw it as far as I can down this? No, how do I do it? Down that direction?
First off, Belvin, give me your dexterity check getting down.
I'm here to catch ya. Oh, wow.
Natural 20.
Natural
20.
on.
So 21.
Jesus Christ.
Wheel.
I just imagine you just like your sword. Oh yeah, your dragon claws too. Yeah.
So
Just kind of lean back a bit and just kind of dragging his claws, just kind of.
Jeez. I bet you love being a dragon now. You like come one with the body.
Yeah, you adapt with what you got.
So
Well, it worked out last session.
with the dragon claws, you begin to descend down the tunnel. As you get to there, you then begin to take in the scene around you as well. You see that to your Belvin, to your right, there is that severe drop. To the left is more of a still descending but leveled out passage.
I think we need to take the path that looks to be descending the quickest.
Yeah.
If we're gonna get to Casimir and Ikram.
Let's do it. This time I'm gonna change one technique. I'm gonna like Belvin uses his claws. I'm gonna use my daggers as like change my movement and speed and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna make.
So we like slide down together and stuff.
All right. So
way to the right or the left?
I think we should go down to the left.
To the left.
Yeah. To
Okay.
the right seems a bit big hectic.
Okay. No, that's right. We'll go left.
okay. So as you begin to slowly make your way down, being real careful, you can hear the sound of chiseling through the chamber. It's very soft. It's muffled by the fog within the air. You can begin to see another dull light down the very bottom of the passageway, just to the left-hand side. I mean, to your right-hand side.
Okay. Wait, how much sound are we making by like cutting into the ice?
Make a stealth check. You can also make a dexterity check at advantage as you're descending down.
Advantage?
At advantage, because you're laying down and going...
Dex
Yes.
check. And then it was
Stealth.
stealth.
Is it dark and gloomy?
No. If you have the lantern, you have enough light. But still, that light is blocked about 40 feet out by thick fog.
So I mean, like, do I get advantage though because of the
No.
dark environment, whatever it is?
Yeah.
That's alright. I got 27,
Yeah, you're good.
and then
I got a 9 for stealth,
of course you did.
and Dex check was 20.
Okay.
Well, I mean, my stealth is disadvantaged because I've got half plate on now.
I got a stealth of 27 and a dex save of 23.
Alright, with that, you two are both able to make your way down through this chamber. You then begin to hear what sounds to be draconic mumbles, conversations, yells and cheers. It's just every day growls and roars. And in draconic, it's just everyday conversation about what you begin to hear what's next to do on the maintenance list. One of them's talking about keeping the trophies frozen. Another one's talking about the surfaces. Those on the surface came to visit. As you get around to the corner, descending down, you can see once you pass that next well lamp, there seems to be a den of kobolds within this chamber.
Do we see them before they see us? Are we like being sneaky?
You're being sneaky.
Who's not? What is this other guy doing? Hey, what's he do next to me? What's funny?
So, because Belvin has to really dig his claws in, it makes a bit of noise. It's like chink, chink, chink.
No finesse there.
There's no finesse there.
I mean, the clattering of the plate as well probably doesn't help. So we see them.
You see them.
Maybe we can talk our way through this.
You see one of these white scaled kobolds has massive scraps of this whale blubber fur, whale blubber skin wrapping around their body, along with massive polar bear fur. Just looks to you just as it's kind of eating a fish, just.
And then just sees Belvin. Does he just kind of like slide out in the open and while Sandstorm's in the corner there?
Yeah, it's very rough terrain going
It's
through.
like the thing we both sort of meant to slide to here where I am, and I stop perfectly, and you just go, and you don't even move, you just keep going, and you're like, hello everyone.
The extra weight. It's just
yeah, the extra weight.
The extra weight's just pulled him forward.
Move forward there. Oh god.
This kobold's just looking at you, and then turns to the rest of the brothers.
Alright.
The chamber's gone cold as one of the kobolds in a purple and bronze embroidered cloak and hood stands up, and from underneath the cowl, it leans on a staff and says in Draconic, "We weren't expecting the new leader of the Black Sect so soon."
And I look at Bell and I'm like,
Yes, well, matters have needed to escalate really quickly.
The kobold that was eating the fish looks up to that kobold and is like, "They picked a new one? You mean that's not Dragon Lady?"
Let's just say a descendant of Resmir.
Ugh.
they're so gullible.
Yeah?
I've actually come to seek an audience with what I'm hearing of the Horned One in these areas.
Oh, you should find Nilfheim then. Nilfheim should be just down there. And he points down towards the right.
He's right.
So yeah, down there to your right.
So
Yeah.
he's right. So I'm going on the right track. You guys carry on. I'll be back to talk to you all later.
What about me? Like, how am I just gonna sneak? I sneak past. I don't want to be seen yet.
Alright, make a stealth check then.
Cause let's say I am not the tabaxi you're looking for.
Belvin's just gonna like stand there and then he's just gonna like gesture Sandstorm.
You shadow me, like
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do.
Do I get advantage of that if he helps me?
No.
Nah. I don't need help though, do I?
And then Belvin will
19.
raise. Well, it's actually a 23.
Oh, it actually is a 20.
It's actually a 20.
I keep forgetting how OP that is. But it doesn't seem like a roll low. I just think, oh, yeah, that's high.
If you ever roll anything that's 22 and lower, it's
I know,
actually
it's-
23.
It doesn't seem right though because it's so high already.
Yeah, I know.
So with that, Sandstorm, you're able to get going, and as Belvin's so large and so huge, he has to walk kind of slower, making his way through. You can shadow beside him, and just go full skinny, and just go along with him.
I'm like long, so I can like wrap around like I'm a scarf or something. So I walk around in there.
Can I wear you as your
Yeah,
scarf?
wear me. Can I just do the black cloak and just like wrap that around me?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, and just gonna kind of just let myself slide down again.
Just keep doing what we're doing. It's working so far.
Alright, so do you want to slide down or slide walk?
The same way we did last time when we were
Okay.
safest.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just gonna be Sansom. Okay, I think I figured how we're gonna hopefully get through this.
Yeah, I know. Keep this good acting going. They're quite gullible.
So, do you want to slide down? Let's see. Do you want to slide down on your butt, or would you just like to slide down standing?
Walk, slide walk.
All right, make me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics? What the hell are we doing? Flips or something?
No, because he's trying to stand up while surfing down an icy hill.
We got spiky feet.
With your claws, your tails, and some fucking heyday balance, you just are able to slide down this passage.
I got 24.
As you descend all the way down, Sandstorm, this is nothing. You kind of like go Naruto run down. You overtake Belvin. You overtake Belvin, keep away, and find like a little nook that you can find yourself in if you want to make a stealth check.
Yeah, I just want to keep Belvin's in the lead, so I actually don't want to pass him too much.
Yeah, let me lead.
But I want to just be always there, ready, but not be seen because I think I might give away. So maybe it was sus with a tabaxi right next to him. So stealth.
Maybe. If it comes out pear shaped,
I'll be ready. Yeah.
I have something I could use.
Oh. Just know I can't. I've got 1 in 20 chance of failing any other time.
Say that you've done it.
As very nice, very nice. You are hitting up against the ice. You find like one little alcove that has a little bit of shade, and you increase the shadow of that area by your own personal space. So, Melvin, as you make your way on down, coming into the light, you can see that there is another little chamber exit that breaks off to your left. You can see that there are two more lanterns down this way and another group of kobolds. You can see that on one end of the chamber sides, you see that there are 3 white-scaled kobolds, and they're working with each other, sculpting with these chisels and these little knives, cutting into the ice and delicately carving out draconic filigrees and statues within the walls. You see that there's another 2 of these kobolds in the purple robes and cloak with the bronze embroidery. And watching over them is a blue-scaled kobold who is holding up what seems to be a large scroll of parchment. It seems to have electricity arcing from its claw tips down to the parchment itself. And it's just inspecting all the work, and it's like, then lifts up his hand, and in the electrical arcs forms a little bit of a illusion, like the grand idea of what these 2 sections of the ice are supposed to become. He's just reviewing it. He's just looks over towards you.
He might know something more than the other ones do. Can I whisper? Whispering's free, isn't it? Still, is it free?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna whisper, brother. It's like, act strong. You got this.
Use the Ring of Whispers.
Yeah.
You take 3 points of psychic damage.
Oh, fuck, I forgot. No magic. That's why we're here. I'm gonna be dead before I end a battle, guys. Okay.
Don't make me have to heal you up. Alright, just gonna, make my way up close to them.
Just like natural, you own the place.
This blue scale kobold turns to one of these more arcane focused ones. It says in Draconic, might as well get back to work on the wall with Hark over there. And turns to you and goes, hello.
Greetings.
You are? What are you doing here?
I am the representative of the Black Dragon sect. And I've been tasked to find the Horned One residing here.
Uh, I don't. He's going to step forward a little bit and just examine you and just go. I know the sword. Speaking to you in Draconic.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's true. You're looking for a horned one?
It's what I've been tasked with. And are you questioning me? And Belvin's just kind of like gonna roll his shoulders out.
Look, you're big and scary, but my mentors taught me a lot about people and how to be empathetic. Empathetic, yeah. But I think you're telling me the whole truth.
Well, I can assure you I am.
I get the feeling you're looking for someone with horns. And looks around to the rest of kobolds who are now taking interest and is like, we all have horns.
Well,
Oh shit.
if you must, the description I had is female, red-skinned, with horns. Is that descriptive enough for you to know who I'm talking about?
Rolls up the parchment, puts it into his little satchel he's got around his side, and pulls out a little note, a little tear of parchment itself, and then pulls out a quill, scribbles down on it, folds it, summons a You then see a smoky spectral claw, identical to his, float up from it, and grabs the paper as this mage hand floats over towards you and is held out towards you.
And I probably would have come a bit closer. I'd probably be about there as well.
Okay.
Alright, I'll take the parchment.
You open it up. You read it. You can see that it quickly scrawled. It says, "Are you looking for Macath? Because you are not of the cult."
What was that?
Sorry, someone had a car driving past. Was that?
Sorry, I should probably close my window. It says, "Are you looking for Macath? You are not of the cult."
Ah, I wonder why he wrote it down. I'm like talking about like Belvin, like, why? Are you telling me this? Do I know?
And
like,
I'll give him a nod.
Hmm.
Just looks you over. But why?
This character's a legend.
I
It's a deep question.
need her assistance.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm sure you'll be a great, wonderful help. Would you like to speak to her?
If I can, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Okay. I'm Niffle.
I'm Vinhelm.
Hi, Vinhelm. That's not a very dragon name.
Well, it is mine.
Ah. Well,
And what was yours again? Sorry, I wasn't sure if I quite heard it correctly.
Niffle.
Yeah, sweet. Spelled it right. Oh, no, I put an extra I. Damn it. Did you say he's a kobold as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah.
Alright. Can you show me the way?
Show me the way.
Looks at you and goes, yeah? Okay. You're not going to take my mummy away from your army?
No.
What's a mummy? I'm just giving Sandstorm's giving commentary to Belvin every time he's like says something like, "What the hell's his mummy, Belvin?"
Okay. Hey, Gramsh, could you take over for the moment? I've got to go talk. I gotta go. I'll be back. I'm gonna take break now. The kobold in the purple robes turns over and goes, Rookie. You see he's currently casting Ray of Frost over what seems to be a older carving within the walls, as if they're changing it up, changing the scenery.
Okay. And lead on.
Okay. He then escorts you down, following around the path chamber, to which you then slide down another 10 feet. So
Yeah. Belvin's gonna gesture to Sandstorm.
Is there any way to get past? Is it easy?
you can make a stealth check. The other kobolds are currently occupied.
Yeah, facing the other direction, so I figured you should be able to get past them.
Do what Sandstorm does best. It's a
23.
Yeah. I'm looking at it, I'm like, holy shit, I rolled a 2 and I still got a 15. It's amazing.
Nice. As you come around here, you see that off to the right, just to let you know the size of the scales, the ceilings are about 20 feet above you. The cavern chambers themselves are about 15 feet wide. Your character icons are just very blown up to really help with the situation, to be honest.
Yeah.
To match with the size.
Yeah, okay.
You see to your right, it leads in, you can smell preserved salted fish and the scent of musky furs coming off towards the right. You also see that there is a massive hole in the ground, or hole in the ice that leads down into an abyssal darkness. You see there is a 5-foot ledge around it in that part of the cavern. It's quite treacherous. He then leads you around in this smooth, now sort of level part of the chamber, as if it's dipped around. Sandstorm, make another stealth check.
$23.
23. Move on up to Belvin. Moving up to here. Belvin, come around the corner with Niffle. As he walks in front of you about 10 feet, he turns to his right and looks at someone and goes, and says in Draconic, guest. We got a guest. And you hear there's no guest allowed. There be people up. Surface. Not allowed. But Dung, they're here to see her. Apparently. Dung no let others in, only Niffle. Please? Belvin, as you come around the corner, you can see that Niffle is talking to a scrag. A large troll. 10 foot tall, massive bulk. And as you come around the corner, he turns his head towards you and goes, make a general charisma check.
$16.
The lady has dragon guest. Me no get told nothing around here. And he goes over to the curtain to his right and pulls it open. As you see, the curtain is pulled open out of through the fog, and the curtain kind of acts as a barrier for that fog. As through it, the fog is lessened to an extent. See a curtain up to your side. Sandstorm, how are you gonna get past, I wonder?
Easiest to do stealth. Ah, shit. So, what is curtain of what is it? So this curtain here.
So he's pulled across that curtain, yeah?
Yes.
That's what you said, yeah.
Allowing you entry.
I'm gonna go do my way he's distracted because he's not too smart. I'm gonna go all the way around the long way. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Use stealth, and I want to get all the way as close as to here as possible. Before I want to try to get in. My plan is to get in before.
Okay, make me an acrobatics check. The floor is slippery. You are using your claws into the ground, but you're trying to move quick.
It's a 19.
It's a 19 because of your reliable talent.
Yeah, that works on everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything you're proficient in.
Yeah, so because Dex, right?
Oh, it's whatever you've got proficiency in.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So he's proficient
Right,
in.
alright.
You are proficient in acrobatics, I believe.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever the tick's next to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, 19.
All right. So with that,
So useful.
Niffle walks in first,
Fucking rogues.
then followed by Belvin.
Yep.
And as he begins to just let the curtain drop, the scrag just turns his head and just make a stealth check. As he's kind of looking towards the curtain, then have his sight out along it.
Just the way I I see my chance, I go for it. 23.
23. It's a large creature, and it's kind of looking up like at Belvin like this as he enters. So his head doesn't look down towards the entrance to the chamber until he's looking towards this point, to be honest. So you use that to your advantage, and as you begin to run, you push off the wall. You kind of go to that run slide, and you just
Nice.
use what little bit of shadow covering you can. And as you enter into this fog, enter in through this curtain, the fog lessens as Niffle's gone through another curtain. Belvin, you follow through. Sandstorm.
Yep.
You literally just see the tail end of Belvin.
Okay. I look for any cover I can. I'll even use Belvin as cover, I have to.
Belvin, as you come through, you begin to see that there is a large crimson carpet on the floor of this icy cold chamber. The temperature here has lessened just slightly, just slightly as you've climbed up just a tad. You see Niffle comes to the carpet. He takes off the little caltrops on his foot made of leather straps and what seem to be teeth from scrags. And he sets it to the side. You can see that there is another two sets of these another two sets of this footwear set by the curtain. And Nilfheim kind of ducks his head as he opens up the curtains and goes, "I'm back!" And the curtain kind of drops as he enters in Belvin.
I will also take my spike shoes off then.
As you begin to take your spiked footwear off, you can begin to smell herbal tea of a sort.
Nice.
It's potent. It's welcoming. There is a warmth coming from this chamber. Sandstorm, what are you doing?
I'm just staying back and staying out of sight.
Okay, make a stealth check there.
I haven't been through 20 rolls yet, have I? Once I get the 20 rolls, it's going to get...
Yeah, it's
30.
30.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Super stealthy.
So, as you enter in, pushing the curtain aside, you see before you multiple carpets and tapestries laid around on the floor. You see that there is a flower bed to your left-hand side. In front of you, as Nilfheim's walking towards, you see that there is a red kobold who's currently reading a book and is in discussion with someone. This someone wears, from what you can see from behind, is a giant platinum and white furred coat. As they begin to turn their head, I'd like to welcome the calf.
Hey.
Hey! Surprise, surprise, I'm here.
Behind the red curtain.
What an entrance.
Oh my god, look at that scene changing everything. Hashtag pro streamer now, Dragon.
Oh yeah. I think my computer is keeping up.
Yeah, that's fine on my end. Wow. That music, did you put the music on as well? Is that
Yeah.
like intro music? It's like... Welcome on in. Viridian Night.
Gasp! Yes, I'd like to welcome Viridian Knight, who has made their humble return.
Yay.
Ta-da!
So, as the silhouette turns towards you, Viridian, tell us a little about what they see.
Okay, so what McCaff would have been probably doing at that point, she would have probably been like talking to the cobalt, well, she'll refer to as Heim. She'll be like, "Oh, Niffle, I wasn't expecting you until later today." And she turns around and she is almost unrecognizable. She, probably the first thing, the scales on her face have grown more across. You can't see all of her face because one part of her hair covers it. She still has her two horns going out, but there's actually a third coming out of the middle. If you go lower, her hands are almost claws. She's got very draconic very Dragonborn-esque claws with the hooked nails, scales. You can only see so much because she's still got her cloak on. But you can see that there's absolutely no red skin. And the rest of it is kind of covered by this cloak. And yeah, she'll turn around and just stare at you. And won't say anything.
This person, they know you?
I've never met a black dragonborn. Niffle, where did you find them? Where did you find...
Macath the Crimson, I presume.
They were sliding down from the other side.
I'm sorry, good sir, you're mistaken. I'm not Macath the Crimson. Macath the Crimson died years ago. She's my grandmother. I'm just Macath.
My apologies then.
Do I know you? Unfortunately, magic isn't allowed in here. I have no way of being able to recognize you without magic if I tried.
Why? Never mind. My name is Vinhelm. I've come here to talk to you of important matters, if I may.
I mean, I do not know of any matters. I've been in here for 2 years. Well, I think it's been 2 years.
I believe it has as well. Just from information I've received.
You've got information on me.
A little bit. Is it alright if we discuss in private?
Yes, Niflhelm, would you give your mother some peace? I would like to discuss what the stranger would like to say.
And I whisper that. Oh no, I can't whisper.
Yeah.
I mean, third time's the charm, Sandstorm.
I don't know about that.
Helm is still working on he's working on that spell you mastered last week. Could you just help him with it?
Oh yes, the one where we hold the monsters, of course.
Yes,
I love
of course.
Yes, the paralysis was wonderful. No, of course.
I will call for you when you can return.
Thank you. Come on, Niffle. Oh. Okay. And they pop on out. Down up through here.
Is the curtain open?
No, they went.
Like, is this curtain open?
The curtain in front of you does not open there, Sandstorm.
Like, I didn't. I wanted to keep sneaking in, so I couldn't pop in while. Shit. But it's just a curtain, right? Can I just walk through?
You can just walk through, yeah.
I'm just gonna. Should I do the entrance? And then it's like.
I don't know. I can't tell. I can't message you to say what Sansom should do. So
I feel like.
Belvin's gonna start
I'm
moving.
gonna wait for the right
towards-
moment. I'll stand right here for the right entrance.
I'll listen on.
What is it you wish to discuss? If it is more recent matters, I'm sure I will be of no help.
There are some things I wouldn't mind cleared up. Why are you here currently?
I am here to continue the legacy of all the women in my family. Well, the ones on my dad's side. I'm sure if you've been doing your research on me, you know I come from a long line of draconic sorcerers.
I do. All connected to the Arcane Brotherhood, to which your father leads.
My father?
Um,
Well, that's new, but yes, we're all connected to the Arcane Brotherhood. My great ancestor, Macaff the Red, was one of the first of its kind. That's why the Red Tower is named after her.
And how has your research been going?
Well, my research was mainly on the Drakhorn, a powerful summoning tool used to summon both chromatic and metallic dragons. But I have also come across more information thanks to the Lord of this den.
The information about that Drakhorn, is it something that you've been able to let out for us to find?
What do you mean by that? If you mean I've been communicating with anyone else, no, I haven't.
But then what would you say if the Drakhorn has been used?
If the Drakhorn has been used, well, I can imagine that the people are using it wouldn't know the full scope of its power. This information has been locked for many years with no other written source or verbal source still around.
And is it something that's movable, or is it in the one place?
From my research, it is movable. Why would you want to know? Oh, of course. You must be a member of Tiamat's cult. I believe last time I remembered, the
Sure.
Black Dragon sect had fallen.
It had a few years ago now.
Yes, I do remember the demise of Resmir. I just didn't know they would choose a new head of sect so soon.
Well, the devastation was great, and the process needs to be quickened. So, strengthening of sex has been a priority, and the Drakhorn is also something that we are looking into.
Does Macaff say anything on Belvin that is Belvin's that I would recognize straight away?
I have my sword.
Ah!
I have my sword. Just saying.
No one's mentioned anything, so Samson's just waiting for like a moment where she's like,
and he has his symbol of helm off his wrist, just off a dangle thing.
As you've been having this conversation, you do begin to notice.
But
the motorcycle in the back.
I can't believe you unpaused it. Why a motorcycle? Of its rev. Perfect time to unmute.
The only thing is, you probably don't see it because he still has the large cloak hanging over it.
So that would cover.
It would cover it. He doesn't.
Okay, it would cover everything. So Macaff wouldn't be able to immediately go.
No, the only. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for my moment.
Until he moves his possibly slightly, it might show. But
skin, mate.
Would you mind if I took my cloak off? I was just seeing the Lord, and it's just quite cold there.
So soon, guys.
I'm not wanting to ignore you. I'm just.
By all means, this is your chamber.
And she'll take it off, and underneath there is a very simple burgundy dress, almost. It has a high collar, but it has cuts out. So she does have sleeves still, but you can see her shoulders. One shoulder is something I forgot to mention. Or maybe I did mention it, and I'm so nervous. I forgot. Her skin has darkened quite a bit, and has more purple, almost like permanent. What it would look like permanent hypothermia for someone with red skin. So one shoulder, you can see her sort of purpley reddish skin. On the other is full up to scales, but she has the symbol of Helm tattooed, and her scales have grown around the line art. So the scales actually make up still the symbol of Helm, so it's still readable. She'll take it off and she's like, yes, so the cult is after the Dracon, and as she turns around, she has the pendant of the cult that she showed Belvin, sort of connecting the collar of her dress to the rest of it. But it's broken in some pieces. It's kind of split down the middle.
I noticed the tattoo.
Oh.
I thought you were of the cult. It'd be strange for you to have the symbol of another deity there.
Well, if you knew anything, you would know that the Arcane Brotherhood, we assist the cult. We are given a special medallion that does have the symbol of Tiamat, but is completely our own. The symbol of Helm is someone who protected me. Someone I wish to have seen before now, but they're busy. They're dealing with important things.
Why would you have wished to see them before now?
It's been 2 years, and I've heard nothing.
And that's when Sandstorm walks right in right now. Walks in, and when you said, 2 years, and I walk in, hello, McCaff. I see you, my brother and you have been talking.
She's not listening. Her face drops. She runs to you and just hugs you and holds you. Her claws are like digging, like.
How tall are you?
Her horns.
Pat you on the head.
Her horns are quite tall, and she now permanently, like, she's not wearing shoes, you can see, and she's got like draconic feet as well. So she's kind of always got her heels up. So she's probably about 5'5", 5'6", definitely like.
So like a couple, nearly a foot, 2 foot lower, yeah.
Yeah, she's always been small.
It's okay. So you didn't even hear anything about, I mentioned brother.
Nah.
I'm just like,
And she'd just be like, "What are you doing here?"
Kath. Lies.
I think
You've been talking to Belvin this whole time.
I think the facade is over now.
Yeah.
What? Wait,
And
what?
then, he's just gonna flip his coat over and show his family sword, and then he's also got his symbol of Helm on his wrist. That he's gonna show up from the sleeve.
She'll sort of pull back from Sandstorm.
Hello, Maccath.
What did they do to you?
This was from an attack that happened back at the keep. I unfortunately fell, but Ikram was able to bring me back, and this is the repercussions.
It makes sense now. I have seen many a sorcerer come leave as one race and come back as another. And she'll just sort of move towards Belvin and just sort of wrap her arms around and just sort of, like with a thud, like rest her head on his chest. It's like
Belvin's just gonna like do the big bear hug, kind of crouch down. It's so good to see you.
I didn't expect to see you like this. Both of us like this.
I wasn't sure if I'd ever see you again. So
I wasn't sure if I'd see anything again. I've had no one to speak to but kobolds. And a dragon.
well, so about that, how do you feel about leaving here with us?
And she'll straighten up and pull back a bit.
This is why we're here. I wanted to personally be a part of the group that came to find you.
Belvin. When I came here, I made a deal. Arafator was a dragon that raided one of the many, well, at that time, the few Arcane Brotherhood towers. He stole knowledge, and he had stolen knowledge from many people. What Arafator couldn't do, though, was understand it. He says that I am special and unique because I can teach him what he had stolen. I don't know. I don't know if I have a place out there. I am more important here than even head of Draconic Studies at the Arcane Brotherhood. But I am also scared because the knowledge I know, if anyone gets a hold of me, if the cult finds me and knows that I have learned what he's stolen, it could be the start of the end. It might be safer if I stay here and it dies with me. At least Arafator would know.
I don't think I can let that happen. We need you. We need your aid. We need the Arcane Brotherhood to aid us. The cult has been in decline, and they're getting desperate. What I was talking about the Drakon is true. They have been calling on it. There was a large attack that destroyed many cities out there. And we want to learn more about it to stop it. And in the end, it all led to you.
It would. Like I said, no one's held the true knowledge of the Drakon for centuries. I also don't know if I can leave. He might kill me the chance that I try to go. Or you... See, I can't use magic. The kobolds and everyone who is naturally here can. He used it so that I cannot scry, I cannot attack.
That explains why we couldn't find you in this location.
Yes, everything would be silence.
Well, just because you can't cast magic doesn't mean I can't bust you out of here.
Magic. Where are the other two?
That is another thing.
He didn't.
They were captured in a icicle or something, then dragged down. And from that face, I'm gonna say, you know who did that?
Of course you would have to. Of course you boys would take 2 steps into a place and already... Yes, it would be a Raffator.
Well,
The ancient white dragon that has domain. My lord and my master.
well, it looks like I'm gonna have to have a conversation with him.
Belvin, what is your version of a conversation?
This?
I mean, that's better than nothing.
I'm
Okay.
not dumb enough to think I can go up against an ancient dragon, but
But he might. And I'm gonna point to Sandstorm.
You know me, only when necessary.
yes.
You
Well,
boys, when I first met you, ran headfirst into a black dragon. You surprisingly won, but he was quite young as well. Have you had any other draconic encounters?
yes. We slayed a adult red dragon that was attacking the city of Daggerford.
We ran away from one dragon.
And then we had an encounter with the ancient blue dragon.
Yeah, but we ran.
I'm trying to think of the blue dragon's name.
Lenora?
Lenora.
Yeah.
Is that you? Is that Mon speaking? Or is that you in character then?
No, that was out of
It is-
character.
yeah,
Because I wouldn't know Lenora.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I might know Lenora, actually. Ooh, I study dragons.
The ancient dragon, blue dragon, Lenorath. It was a close call, but at that point, someone did try to go it. And he's gonna just look over to
Me, I didn't try.
you were going to.
I was thinking about
Like,
it. No, I was really wanting to do it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I sort of like summarize it and like, well, yeah, would you do the same if that same dragon killed all your family?
I mean, it's different depending on people, but I wouldn't want you to face a Raffator. Mainly because I have heard many stories that a Raffator isn't alone here. He possibly has a mate. I've never seen them, so I cannot confirm anything. So there is the high possibility that you would be encountering 2 ancient white dragons. Had you go sour. You said they're using the Dracon, and they've used it once before.
It's been called upon 3 times now.
Okay. Would Macaf know if a Raffator is aligned with Tiamat, or whether what's his preference of God?
He is preference to Tiamat. He's assisted the cult in the past before.
Do you know where he would be keeping Casimir and Ikram?
No. There is a chance he might turn them into trophies. He's got 2 trophy rooms, full of otherworldly monsters, giants. Casimir would look very pretty.
I'm sure the face he was making when he got frozen is very appealing.
He permanently wears a snarl. He's never pretty.
Well,
sorry, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever, and all I'm doing is dragging your brothers.
Well,
I haven't been around some people like you in ages.
Well, you're more than welcome to keep this going. Come with us.
I do have one friend, but he's not really a friend.
Is it Niffle?
No.
he's pretty.
I don't know what's. I assume you moved. I don't know the relationship of us anymore. Are you?
Should I be in the room? I back out of the room.
Well,
I take it by that hug and the fact you wanted to personally search for me as a good sign.
Well, I can honestly say you've constantly been on my mind the last 2 years.
And you have been on mine. Look, I still... And she'll pull up her sleeve, and it has the bracelet that Belvin gave her. I still have it. It's very special. I made sure not to lose it when the ship was attacked. But the reason I bring that up is I may have adopted 2 kobolds.
Makes sense. Otherwise, I mean, them calling you mother would have been stranger. So.
Yes. Well,
makes more sense now. Well, I mean, maybe they will also aid you.
I truly don't know where their loyalties lie. I would like to think if anything was to happen to me that they would follow, but you never know. As much as they are my friends and they are my children, they are servants of Arafator all the same. But yes, my friend, I probably shouldn't have brought that up now because he's not really anything. He's not really even I don't even know if he's a he.
What are you saying about this friend? Who is it?
He's not really alive.
Elaboration goes a long way with these kind of things.
What the fuck?
How so?
Sandstorm just from the other side of the curtain, just...
I'm just try not to listen, but listening very well.
You know, the isolation. For the first 6 months, I actually had no contact from anyone besides from Arafator, and I found one of my crewmates' skeletons, and he may have become my friend.
Look, the type of solitude you've probably been through makes sense.
Thank you. I also don't know anymore if any of the habits I have are considered normal. Kind of lose all structure about society.
Look.
This is a weird conversation, I know, I'm sorry.
Honestly, I can't say there'd be anything too out of the ordinary for your demeanor, because there are some strange people in the world still. That's always going to be the case, and you do not compare in any way.
Belvin, you have seen me for all of 5-10 minutes.
That's all I need.
But I appreciate that.
Look,
I was actually going to give this to you, but I can't anymore because of what you are. Sandstorm, it's okay, you can come back and...
Still muted, Robbie.
Hello? I wasn't listening.
And she'll sort of move off and go sort of scurry almost like half under her bed, sort of looking for something.
You see that the room is currently made up of a lot of reconstructed tapestries, carpets. Driftwood makes up the majority of the furniture within the room. It's all, however, been magically restored as well. Multiple bookshelves, dressers, even this broken mirror down on a pallet. As you look at the bed, it is a mix of crimsons and maroons of these fur pelts, along with a scrolls table to one side, as well as an apocryphy full of alchemic mixtures, and scroll table and writing desk to the side.
So yeah, McCaff's sort of under the bed, chucking some scrolls out behind. Well, it's like wouldn't be over the top; it'd have to be like underneath almost. And she'll sort of pull something out, and it's quite long, and it's wrapped up in a lot of cloths. She'll be like, I believe you were the one I trusted with these earlier, Sandstorm.
Remember? It's been a while.
I fear that Belvin wouldn't be able to hold them, and due to my draconic blood, I was only able to make 2 before they started hurting to make. And she'll hand you the things wrapped up in cloth.
Jesus. Is this able to fit into my
Unwrap it.
Do I dare?
Don't stash it, you dick.
Well, the bag of holding's got plenty of trinkets the cats like to roll around in.
You
I
can't.
open it up.
As you unwrap it.
Yeah, unwrap it.
All right. As you unwrap this length, you see placed on top of a refurbished board of driftwood, kind of tied to it, there are these 2 Earth-sized arrows. You recognize one of them. You recognize them.
I used these before.
You have used this arrow before. You used it to take down a dragon from out of the sky.
Melvin had one. Fuck yes.
You see these have long bone shafts with what seem to be little claw feather tips at the back, along with a quad point with a more previously it was like a triclaw like arrowhead that wrapped and zoomed in. This one is now 4 with a large central needle point that seems to be spiraling with inner magic.
Oh, so that's cool. I'm like, well, thank you. This is awesome.
I can no longer make them. The draconic blood in me started overtaking, and it started burning me.
Oh shit! Is that why you look different?
Well, no, I believe, and I've been trying to do research on it because I haven't come across anything, but it's possible that high exposure to other draconic creatures, and especially another white dragon, which I believe my ancestor was I don't actually know the full story. They were somehow connected to a white dragon, and that's where I got my draconic blood. It could be possible that due to the exposure, the draconic blood took more control than usual. Because I've never come across a transformation quite like this.
When did it start? When you got here?
When I got here, the first few months, the scales started to grow. They started to move. My skin was the first thing, but I don't believe that was the change of draconic powers. I just believe I'm very, very, very cold, as you would know from hugging me. She was very cold.
I know, it's very warm, kitty.
But yes, and the more I talked with Arafator, the more my nails grew. They sharpened. Scales started moving down my hands. I think the most interesting transformation though, and she'll move because she's got her bangs over one eye that sort of go down. She'll move it. Basically, all that side of her face is white scales.
Oh.
And where her other eye is completely white, her eyes have always been completely white, there's almost like a bluish sphere. There's no pupil. It's almost like an iris. So she has an eye, like a not quite normal looking eye, but she's like, I don't believe it has any benefits other than, white dragons tend to have blue eyes.
Interesting.
But it's unlike the cult's experiment of half dragons. I'm definitely not a half dragon. Nor would I say I'm a dragonborn, but it could also be propelled by my mother, of course. Whilst my dad has the draconic sorcerer, my mother is a dragonborn, of course. Don't be afraid, she is a white dragonborn, but she's actually half white, half silver herself, so...
Crazy Japan, huh? Must have some crazy family get-togethers, holiday times.
Well, Belvin's just gonna...
We have a thing for dragons.
Belvin's just gonna grab her, like, hand. With his own claw hand now. And then just kind of move her bangs just to have a closer look.
I know, I look very weird.
You still look beautiful to me.
And now you just remind me of those sappy men in the romance books I used to read to avoid studying. But very sweet.
I only tell you what I feel, so. But
thank you, Belvin.
Is there anything you would wish to take? Because I'm getting you out of here.
Belvin, make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, what?
27.
Ah!
As she's been talking about this transformation she's been undergoing due to a draconic influence, while she's been talking, you've felt the pulse and pressure from your left arm. It's not there at the moment, but you can feel it. The Dreadwall. Black Razor.
And he's just gonna kind of slightly just kind of hold his left arm down with his right arm.
you begin to see a bit of a tinge of deep emerald green deep within his eyes. Macath. There's something behind us, something blocked by a gate that he's keeping at bay. Something's changed him as well.
Elvin, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
So, from the stories I know, usually the things around you affect a reincarnation. Sometimes people who are half-orcs come back as elves because the people who restore them are elves. Or people come back as a tiefling because they have a fiendish dagger or something like that. You are the shield. I've had many a times to go over my memories.
I did have the shield of Black Razor. I also possess the Black Dragon helm. And I too believe those are the main influences in why I look is what I do now. But even though it was rocky at first to come to that realization, I've known to walk and accept my past mistakes and more try to direct my path a bit better than before. And this is just a reminder.
Does Macath still see it in his eyes? That there's something?
It's becoming a little bit more faint, like you can only barely...
His eyes are emerald green anyway.
Yeah, but this is like within the black slits of your eyes.
Yeah.
As it sort of fades, Macath is gonna like try and move closer and closer, and when she can't, because she's short, and how tall is Belvin?
7 foot.
Yeah, so she's like almost on her tippy toes, and as she's trying to sort of look you dead in the eye, her you see sort of ice form on her back and 2 draconic wings just spread out. And she starts sort of almost like fluttering and is now like eye height with you and is sort of leaning in.
They're new?
Yes, they are. I mean, whatever you're dealing with is something I think that can be for another day. But yes, and she sort of like swings slightly from side to side. She'll be like, yes, they are quite new. I've only been able to bring them within the last few weeks. It's kind of the last change I've experienced. But they are helpful. I understand why Casimir loves his wings so much. I very much appreciate them.
Well,
he sort of glide slightly down to the ground and like fold them in.
Well, I just recently can definitely appreciate the gift of flight. And
You have wings?
no, unfortunately, but
Oh.
I was able to fly with Casimir's help.
Oh, a spell. It's wonderful, isn't it?
I really enjoyed it. So
Well, I don't think I'll ever be strong enough to be able to lift you, but if we can, I could learn that spell and we could fly around and do whatever, but that is for future. We have to think about.
well, that in itself is implying that you will be coming with us.
The only thing I would like to take is to take my children.
If they are more than happy to follow you and follow us, I see no problem with that. And I'll look over to I'll look over to Sandstorm. Sandstorm.
Yeah, he's a nice bloke. That one we met before.
Niffle,
The blue fella. He's a funny bloke, you know.
he's very, very sweet. They would both love Casimir. I've been teaching him magic. It's sort of at the start it was like the one thing I knew that they didn't, and despite me not being able to perform it, I've been teaching them quite well. But yes, everything else can stay.
So he's like, like 2 years old or something.
Is that an in character or?
That's an out of character. Like, so how old's Niffle?
They're both like 4-ish.
4 to 5 years old. Kobolds don't live long.
Oh,
That's adult in kobold.
liar. Told me something else.
Well, let's go with that first telling, because I forgot.
Because they were like 4-ish. They were always on the younger side.
Yeah. Youngish, but it's still young adults.
As a kobold, are they legally to drink? I was gonna make a joke like, "Oh, that'd be fun around the around a drink at the pub at River Gardens." I'm like, wait, they're probably a fucking like.
I mean,
they seem old though. Like as
kobolds don't have very long lives. Let's leave it at that.
Humans, they seem old.
If they reach 10, that's an achievement.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Seem like they have a fun night, Niffle.
Niffle's not here.
They're not here.
No, I'm saying to them, it will seem like you'll have a fun night, Niffle. Refer.
You
Just
like to call them back in and discuss.
Should I be here?
Yes. Stay here. You can prove my point that leaving here would be a great idea.
I think both of us, yeah, will stay.
How would Macaf okay, Macaf's just gonna go through all the curtains. And are they just out there? Or have they moved? I can't hear you.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah. They are just in the scriptorium. That passage they went through to the north.
Oh, okay. So if I saw them go that way, I would know.
They come back. Niffle's currently got two scrolls in arms to come back in, whereas Heim's closed the book and walking on the quarterstaff. And they both look and go, "Mom."
Yes.
Why is there another dark furred one here? Niffle looks and goes, "Wasn't there only one up top? Why is there another?"
Okay, boys, there probably was only one. So you know how I taught you, I told you stories about people who are very good at sneaking around? And how I traveled with a group of adventurers, and one of them could sneak really well?
Oh yeah, and the jelly. They were jelly for a while.
I believe they were jelly. Oh yeah, yes, they were jelly for a while. And you know how I said he looks like the ones above, but with dark fur?
Yes.
Yes, that's him. That's Sandstorm.
Huh.
And she'll sort of point to her helm marking. She'll be like, you know how I told you about the strong one in armor?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it turns out Belvin has been reincarnated into a dragonborn. Niffle, that's who you brought down. The very special one I tell you about.
But he told me his name's not Belvin.
Sorry for the confusion before. I just didn't want too many people knowing my full name.
Is this the one you liked, Mom?
Yes, it is the one I like.
It's kind of...
Let me introduce myself properly. I'm Belvin Serpenhelm.
Hi, sir. I'm Niffle. This is my brother. His name's Hein.
It's a pleasure to meet you both.
Pleasure to meet you too. Heim says. You see, Heim's got more of a quite fine-toned muscle body for a kobold as well. Whereas Niffle's got less of that muscle density, but he's got that sense of arcane energy to him, whereas Niffle's got that look of a fighter.
Would you like to join me and sit on the bed? I've got something to tell you.
Okay. And they'll both go over and sit on the bed. Kind of
For
like
sure.
pop themselves up, and you see their tails are kind of flickering behind them.
Are there any other chairs or anywhere else to sit?
There is one by the writing desk, and there's the other 3 chairs around the sitting room you've kind of created. Sanson, what was your question?
How tall are these guys?
So they're like halfling size.
Okay.
So they're not very tall. They're probably about 4 feet.
Okay.
Caff will gesture to the chairs, and for the boys to grab them and sit sort of across from her.
Okay, they do so.
Not my boys. Those boys.
Those boys. Okay, those boys. Boys, do your work. I'm not doing it for you.
How big are these chairs?
Not big enough for you to sit in.
Yeah,
I'll probably sit on the floor. There's rugs.
I'll stay standing.
Yeah, funny enough, in this chamber, although you are in the Arctic, it's quite warm. The carpet has seemed to be laid down thick along the walls and floors. You see that there is also along the roof. Now you're taking in the room and learning about the room. Across the ceiling, it is supported by what seems to be a whale's rib cage, and passing in and between the ribs are multiple woven together furs, carpets, tapestries, all joined together. Sandstorm, you go over there as well. Grab a chair, take them on over. You got the arrows still in hand, wrapped around the board.
Are they able to go on the bag of holding?
You open up the.
Yeah, are they? Or I put
Yeah.
them on the back, strap them on the back or whatever.
They're big enough to fit in the bag of holding.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Isn't bag of holdings don't work here?
Exactly. As you open it up, Sandstorm, you look into your bag and it's just an empty satchel. You can see the bottom of it.
I'm about to cry of like all my stuff. I was like, what's wrong with this bag? Damn, should be bag.
Sandstorm, bags of holding don't work here.
It's been stormed.
you got stormed.
Be careful. It's like many of my items I've not been able to receive after 2 years. So,
let's get out of here.
And she'll sort of take each of the boys' sort of hands. But like, so you know how I told you all about my adventures and the world beyond ice?
Hmm.
Well, there is a chance I could be returning there. But Belvin, no, come here. And she'll sort of use her wings to like scoop him in a bit closer.
They wrap in and get around you and then snuggle into like underneath your arms. The scaled faces and horns kind of like edge into you as you're so accustomed to.
Yeah, she's like, this doesn't hurt anymore. But they have been really nice and very sweet. And if you want to follow us and come with me, I would love you to. But it will mean you would have to leave Arafator. And you'd have to leave everyone here. And there is a high chance you won't see them again.
We won't be able to see Snurf, Glorf, Gruff, and Fresh?
I mean, there is a chance, but it would be highly unlikely. But see, Sandstorm here is a king.
They're kind of like a Raffator?
Like a Raffator.
He doesn't eat the ones you eat the ones you don't like.
Maybe.
I don't want to go with him.
He doesn't. He's only
joking, kid.
You know how I taught you about that funny thing named like sarcasm and joking around? You know, they say something a little weird, but it's supposed to be funny.
It's supposed to be.
And like with a full mouth open, goes ha 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 ha.
Hey kids, have you ever heard of Ankylosaurus?
They both look at each other, look up at McCaff and look to you and shake their head.
And McCaff's gonna like shake her head.
Well, guess what? If you guys be really, really nice, good on the trip, you guys can ride one. It's a big, friendly dinosaur with a big hammer tail.
Oh, a dinosaur. Okay, so it's like a dragon without wings.
Like us.
Yes, but think of a really big one.
I'd like to be big one day. Can I be big one day?
Of course. Of course.
I want to be bigger than you. Points at Belvin.
We could even make a friend.
Belvin's just gonna be like, you could be whatever you want to be.
I'm sure Belvin can teach you to be really big and really strong.
Do you think Master Arathor will let us leave?
Oh yeah, we'll give him a talking.
Won't be easy.
Let Belvin and I take care of that.
There is a chance he would let us go.
Is Mr. Sandstorm gonna challenge him for the stabby thing?
You know what? Yeah, probably yes.
I heard he took it from those above.
Stabby thing.
Do I know what he's
Some kind of dagger?
referring to?
Yes, you know he's referring to a dagger as dark as night.
Oh.
And as cold as his breath itself, that he has claimed within his treasure hoard on the perch of the throat.
Go on, kid.
Well, if we could retrieve that from him, Sandstorm could possibly use it, or we could use it as a bargaining tool.
Why not do both?
But, like I said, we do not. Wait, whose reaction? Is that DM reaction or in character?
No,
It's DM reaction. Massive shout out to Tree Hugger Druid for the donation.
Oh my god.
Whoa! Alright, so no, I'm gonna have to write that down because currently we are going to be getting some things coming out to us all. So we have 10 healing dice to each player here, even the two that aren't. Advantage to each, luck die each, and pumpkin spice bowl.
Ooh.
McCaff,
Yum.
you've been working on some. There have been a few cold concoctions that are in and around the place.
I've been growing some pumpkins.
Yeah, that you actually have a little flower gun. There's some pumpkin
I have
in there.
I have some little pumpkins.
10 healing dice. 10 healing. Jeez.
So 10
Wait.
healing. Wow.
Shots,
Oh my.
shots,
Yes.
I really need to start using them.
Wow, everybody. Wow. Oh,
Right,
Trejo Druid, thank you
are you
so much. You've completed our
Thank
goal.
you.
Oh my god.
We've completed our goal. Thank you so much.
Oh, 100%. Only minus hours.
I mean, like I said, we're rolling Starlight Children's Foundation over into this month. So, wow, thank you so much, Tree.
That's amazing.
Oh my god, thank you so much. Yeah, even I'm gonna say that even Angel gets some healing dice as well. Thank you to thank you from our favorite mithril dragon. Thank you.
Hey.
Mithril dragon?
Nothing. Don't know what you're talking about.
Rude. We can. I'm not. Angel deserves everything. She fucking deserves the world. How dare you kill her? But I knew it had to be done.
Lol.
But rude.
So, continue.
So we have to add these to our. What do we got? 10 healing.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think we need to go to the trophy room to see if Casimir and Ikram are even there.
There's two. There's one in the north and one in the south.
What's closest to here?
What would be closest?
Closest to here would be the south.
Yeah. Thought so.
Well, that'd be the first one we check then. We need to ensure those two are alright first. Even though I don't know how we are to free them, but I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Okay, boys. So, you know how I've been teaching you a little bit of magic? We might need you to use some of it. And you can be really strong and be like heroes. You boys okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to get your best and your strongest clothes and make sure you grab your cloaks. It will be cold.
Get your lucky underwear on, guys.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay, we will. Here, I'll grab the. Oh, should we grab the new brews?
Yes.
Okay.
Grab as many as you can fit on you.
What about? And looks back. Nifl looks back at the scriptorium entrance. Well, what about your life's work? Because they've been alive as long as you've been here. So to them, that's your life work.
Shit.
Hi. Well, you know, I've told you stories of what I was like before. But before I arrived, before I started all the reading. You know,
Yes. We thought they were just stories.
no, that's what I used to do. I used to write really important books on dragons that lots of people used to read. Well, I imagine they still read them. And all the stories about the big scary water monster and facing that off with Belvin and Sandstorm and their friends, they're all true.
Mom, you're so cool.
Well, I will have to admit there might be someone just a bit cooler. I told you about the other tiefling, Casimir.
Their eyes light up at that. It's like, uh-huh.
He's very powerful, very adept in magic.
We want to meet him.
Well, that's who we've got to rescue. We're on a rescue mission.
We're
on a rescue mission to save Casimir and save... You know how I told you there was one with animal horns? He can turn into a bear.
Oh yeah, the fluffy one.
Yes, the fluffy one.
Yeah.
Yes, we've got to rescue them. And you're very, very, very important to this mission. We can't do it without you.
What do we do?
Well, you're going to come help us save him. Use your magic.
Okay.
Protect us.
Okay.
So grab everything you need, and we'll head off as soon as we're ready.
They don't grab much. They just put back on their cloaks. They go back out and put on their little spiked boots that they have.
And if there's anything you want to take with you, any favorite books or anything like that, we can take them with us.
I want to take some of the scrolls, Mom.
You can take... We will take 3 each.
Okay.
You two. So grab 3 maximum.
I'm gonna grab the ones that you were working on previously that you were scratching your head about. Okay. And Niffle runs, like scurries on it, like very excited. Comes back. These are massive scrolls. These are huge. These are 5 foot tall, massive cases, preserved in crystal, that have been wrapped around these skulls.
Belvin will walk out and be like, "I can carry these for you."
Like nearly the length of Heim's quarterstaff. They're surprisingly light as well, although the scroll inside seems to be that of a phone book.
I'm more than happy to carry these for you.
Thank you. We can wrap them up in furs so Arafator doesn't see them.
Alright. And don't forget your own coat, Mikath.
Thank you. She'll grab that and sort of grab her gear, in which she hasn't worn in ages, so she kind of like puts it all on and she's like and then finally sort of figures herself out. She'll be like, okay,
Belvin will actually also take her gear and carry it for her.
She'll keep sort of her hip satchels on her, but she'll let you. Thank you, Belvin.
It's alright.
At least now I can use my wings, so that's nice. Okay, boys, have you got everything you need? We won't be coming back. Oh, you're muted.
Muted.
Is this a good idea, Mom? Master Raptor might be mad.
I will be honest with you. It probably isn't the best idea. But you have to sometimes do these things. Because, well, people need you to. Me and Sandstorm and Belvin are needed outside. There are scarier things than the Raffator, if you can believe it, going on. And we need to help them, or else everything will be gone. Niffle has a cat somehow.
Just like a really poorly made stuffed cat stuffed little kitty with like button eyes and metal wires as whiskers.
Ah,
What looks like to
yes.
be an actual tail or something attached to it.
Okay, so got everything?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Oh, I gotta grab my ring. And he goes on over, scurries towards your top drawer and pulls it and comes back, and he's got 2 rings, both these platinum bands with sapphires in them. He goes, I'm gonna put one on now.
Yes, please do.
Yes. Haim, here's yours. He goes, oh, thank you.
Okay, I can, Niflheim and myself can show you the fastest way to get to the first trophy room.
Okay.
Come on, boys, we're heading off.
We're going on an adventure. Going on an adventure.
Now you have to keep it quiet. The other kobolds can't know we're leaving.
Going on an adventure. Going on an adventure. Oh, I should go grung about this.
No, we can't tell anyone.
But I want. Okay. What about grung out the front?
I don't think we can. If they know we're leaving, a Raffator will know. And worse things will happen. So, please, just for Mummy, we don't say a word about adventures.
Okay. Promise, Mum.
Thank you. And she'll do pinky promises to them both.
Both at the same time, they're just smiling. They're just.
But real talk, how are we going to get past
The same way we got in.
the troll before?
That worked pretty well before, Belvin. Just keep up that roll of yours.
Is it that way that we have to... Do we have to go through the curtains in that way?
Yep, you have to go through both, all 3 layers of the curtains, get out, or you can head through the scriptorium and go on downstairs. And you know who's downstairs.
Who's downstairs?
Raffator.
Oh, yeah, duh.
A dragon.
Oh, well, we don't want to go there right now. No, we need how do we find the other 2? That's our first priority, the other 2. Or we can get these guys out and then, because the kids are with us, so it's kind of like, I don't know.
Would it be too strange for you to be walking about?
No, as long as I have either Niffle or Heim or both, I am able to go wherever I please.
Well, I trust that most you could say that you were showing me around properly. I've as from the first when I first came in here, I was putting on the persona of the Black Dragon sect, so
I'll continue my persona.
Sandstorm, if instead of doing that the whole time, I'm more than happy to say that you were my personal bodyguard.
And I'll just cover my face. Cover my cat. Will I have to? Oh, I guess there's cats above us.
There's no need for you to cover your face.
Okay. I don't know how weird it is to see a sandy cat, like from this desert here.
I mean, I'm a black dragonborn in the
Yeah.
snow, so
We're both very far away from where we should be.
exactly. So it's not strange for you to be popping up
Okay.
here.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Kath?
leading the way.
I'll look really intimidating then as a bodyguard. A bodyguard for this other huge guy. It's like
You're more my knife in the shadows.
Yeah.
You don't have to be. You don't ever get seen.
Yeah.
You didn't see him before because I didn't want you to see him.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like that line.
That was actually what I was going to say if you got found out at all.
Yeah. You thought about it?
Yeah, I did
Like,
already.
Exactly.
So,
Okay.
Let's do this!
So there's actually two ways we can go.
Oh.
That's all right.
We could either go the way you guys came in, but the scrag will most likely report me being seen with strangers. Or we could go through the scriptorium and go straight past Arathator himself.
Okay. And how would we get past Arathator? I think it'd be easier for us to try to talk our way through. Old maid out front.
Wait, wouldn't he have probably already have reported strangers? Because he saw a Belvin come in?
as you have that thought, you begin to move through the curtain. Carefully make your way downstairs. As you get to where he is, where he was, he's not there anymore.
It's a sign.
What does that mean?
We go this way.
Let's go.
What's the sign?
He's not there.
But what does that mean?
He's either reporting that that I was here before, or he's left, and this is just the way to go. I think we just move as quick as we can.
Yes.
Yeah.
At that, as you're going to exiting out through the main curtain, you hear the pained screams of Casimir come through the scriptorium.
Wait, so back where we came from?
Yes,
Or
so
where...
back through
okay.
here, echoing out from that tunnel hole, that descent that leads 100 feet down into Arathator's home.
Immediately turn around and start
Yeah.
running.
And it's like, oh shit. That's Casimir scream.
You hear a "Ah! Ah!"
Casimir.
And as you turn and bolt and begin to run, that's where we're going to end the session
Oh
tonight.
no, forever running in midair.
Yes.
No.
Yes. GG.
Casimir. Look at that, mate, works perfect.
Well, I'm interested to hear the catch up of what happened to Ikram and Casimir now, actually.
Oh, that's gonna be a separate thing.
We're going to find out next week on
Oh,
Dragons Brew
sick.
Z.
So so Brad and I and Mon get our popcorn out. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you guys get your popcorn out for a good
And
part of
we see Casimir, and that's pretty cool. I like seeing those little adventures.
Yeah, you two as players will get to watch that unfold.
We do our little adventures, and they do their little adventures. That's cool.
Yeah, but no, thank you so much for being here tonight, and also massive shout out to Rudy and Knight for coming in tonight,
Yeah.
reprising her.
Amazing.
Nice, that's good.
I have children.
Shout out to the children at roleplay. Oh my god, that was so good. I couldn't handle it. I was laughing with so much joy. It was so well done, Carl. I couldn't handle it.
Thank you guys. Hey, if you all want to roll a D100 for me real quick, massive shout out to Tree Hugger Druid as well for that massive awesome donation. Thank you so much for getting us beyond that line. You're wonderful. As are you, Rudy and I, and we need to talk about what you want to do for the boys.
Best people.
The boys.
Yeah, the boys.
You know what? Fuck it. They just got 2 new NPCs. They got their donation.
Damn it, I was so close to 69.
It's D100.
Well, I mean, there's always 68, and all I need
So
is
what? How do you do it again, guys?
Slash R.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I worked it
Yeah,
out.
there you go.
We're all around like that similar mark.
Alright, let's see. Let's go off magic item table C for potions. Okay.
Ah.
Alright. Let's see here. So, Belvin,
What is that thing? What hat's that for?
Mhm.
What do they use those hats for again?
I got it at golf.
Golf hat.
yeah.
But it's usually like.
But it's see-through, so how does it block the sun?
Nah, it's indoor. It's mini golf.
Ah, it's the funsies.
So,
It's
Belvin,
just
out of
fun.
Belvin, out of that last little crate that Niffle grabbed, hands you a potion of invulnerability.
Wow. That's good for
I'll
Velvet.
fucking take that.
That is very good for Velvet.
Sandstorm, you are given a potion of heroism.
Sounds fantastic. Whatever that means.
And McCaff, you ever so smartly grabbed the potion of mind reading. And there's,
Baby's coming through.
yeah.
Grab the right shit.
Yeah, the only thing is, magic potions wouldn't work in here, yes.
No,
Yeah, well,
potions are different, I swear. I think.
They're-
You haven't really found out the true extent of what everything
McCaff would
does.
know if she's been brewing potions.
McCaff, you know the potions would work.
Ooh.
You know that there are some spell effects that won't work either. But you can tell the boys all that next time on our next episode of Dragons Brew D&D. Until then, let's go around and tell us where we can find each other. Says-
Sorry about that yawn. I went a bit too much.
All right, Sandstorm, tell us a little about yourself.
It's a
I-
cat.
Kitty's
Right.
down there.
You used to have a code behind you, didn't you?
What?
I'm not. You had something because last time I saw Sandstorm climbing up the.
Yeah, to Carl's right a little bit is a jacket stand thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That,
You're on a different
Like that.
angle, are you?
yeah,
No,
so-
I'm just slightly over. Like, I've only just moved the camera just slightly on the...
I keep thinking of something's changed. I'm trying to work it out. I'm Joygasm. I'm also a streamer. I stream every Tuesday for community night, and there other times during the week it's quite random. So that's it.
Cool.
Oh, puppy.
The big puppy.
That's a big pupper. So yeah, we're also going to give someone a raid. Also, thank you so much, Viridian Knight. Where can we find you on the interwebs and stuff like that?
So, hi, I'm Viridian Knight. You may recognize me from nowhere because I don't do anything. That's a lie. And I always say that, and now I have to take it back because I do it now. I am Viridian Knight, misspelled, missing the middle I everywhere. Because fuck you, usernames. I stream on this channel on Monday nights in the Underachievers campaign. I play Ophelia Rosewolf, who is a orc or a tiefling orc barbarian. And she almost died, gave the speech of her life, and Kyle said, fuck, you have to live now. Can't kill you. But it's a fun campaign. It's very chaotic. But not as chaotic as this campaign.
No.
You can also find me on Twitter. I tweet things occasionally. I'm probably going to be tweeting more things because I'm starting a cosplay of, if you know anything about official D&D adventures, Omen, a female version of Omen Drawn from Acquisitions Inc., which will be fun. And I will have Kyle as my Gina Dark Magic, so... Or Jim Dark Magic, you know.
Surprises coming along the way. Yeah.
Surprises!
Yes. And Brad, would you like to say anything before we head on over?
Did you say me?
Yeah.
I mean,
You can
I
catch
have a-
Brad at
I-
Dragon Brew every week.
I was gonna say I'm here.
All right, no worries. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed tonight. Matt, so like I said, massive shout out to Akmog, Joy Gasp Dab, of course. Massive shout out to everyone for the follows. Pixel Dragon, Jake Jars, Kawagi. I think I just butchered that, and I'm so sorry.
If there is a possibility that you've butchered it, you've butchered it.
I mean, I've already butchered Niffles tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Niffles.
Yeah, I'm sorry for Niffles.
Niffle.
I was wondering, why did you butcher your food?
I thought Heim, the first time you said his name was, I thought you said his helm. So.
Yeah, nah. It's not helm.
No. But yes, we are going to go raid Drifter Jordan? We're going to go raid Drifter. Apparently he's playing some good D&D as well. So thank you so much. The Rugs did not do anything shady. They were keeping them warm in. So yes, we're going to go for a raid, copy and paste, and let the dragons raid on through. Till then, friends, foes, and familiar.
Hey, okay, I always have to do this because seriously, Kyle, you should know your own shit by now. Like I said, I am in Kyle's other campaign on Monday nights, usually around 8 o'clock. But hey, it's like this campaign. It could start anywhere from 7 o'clock to 8:30. It's just how this channel rolls. You can also find
It's a
Kyle.
channel thing.
Fucking, she donated to that tonight, and you don't mention her. You can find Kyle playing with Tree Hugging Druid on Australian Eastern Standard Time Sunday mornings on Tall Squaw's channel in The Vice. Kyle plays a Hexblade Warlock named Vidal Lycran, who's very, very sweet. And Tree Hugging Druid plays his loving, sometimes stabby, mystical void powers girlfriend, Celia Rolran. So you can find them doing some fun stuff, doing some fun adventures on his channel.
Yes.
Remember your shit, Kyle. This
Come on,
is the
you
second
should just
time
come
this
in at the end. We'll bring you in the end. You can do all the.
Well, I mean, you could just be a part of the campaign now, so.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, for when someone's out, Viridian's in.
Just role play our characters.
Thank you, Tree.
Thank you, Tree. Thank you, V.
Now you can raid.
And with that, friends, foes, familiars, and myself, and my energy, I'd like to say thank you all for being here tonight. And until next time, keep rolling 20s. Dragons are out. Bye.